On behalf of Financial Inclusion Strategy Peer Learning Group, I have the honor to bring to you a policy model that guides development and implementation of financial inclusion strategy based on efficient and effective approaches used across AFI members' network towards achieving financial inclusion goals. This model also shows the importance of private sector involvement in formulation and implementation of the strategy, and also the adjustment of financial inclusion approach in line with policy business model. Private sector involvement is very crucial to optimize the financial inclusion to targeted market segments in a more affordable and sustainable way. The most outstanding and salient feature of this model is the National Financial Inclusion Life Cycle, which is described in 3 phases, with the related activities, guiding principles, and rationale for each. These phases are: first, pre-formulation phase. This is a foundation stage. It is a very crucial phase because the remaining 2 phases are built based on that phase. In that phase, there are 3 main components. First is institutional structure. Second is conceptualization of strategy. And third is diagnostic and analysis. Second phase is formulation phase of the strategy. This is a drafting phase, and always it comes up with a document containing strategy, policy area, coordination structure of key stakeholders, implementation plan, that is action plan and timeline, and also monitoring and evaluation structure. The third phase is implementation phase. That is where you put the strategy into action. Activities involved here are implementation of the action plan, ongoing monitoring, and post-implementation, that is evaluation. These 3 phases need to be considered in the financial inclusion strategy life cycle in order to achieve the intended goal. By implementing this model, we are expecting the following benefits. First, effectively, smoothly, and timely implementation of the strategy. Second, easy integration of the key aspects which addresses the strategy, which addresses the need of the people in all dimensions for full financial inclusion. Third is continued involvement of private sector to ensure the integration of financial inclusion approaches in private sector business models and optimization of financial inclusion to targeted markets. Many countries across AFI members have got financial inclusion strategy in place. Tanzania has completed the first cycle already and now is implementing the second strategy. It is good to see solutions of critical issues experienced during the first cycle as challenges being integrated in this model as solutions. Among these issues are: first, relaxation and lack of commitment among implementing institutions, especially cross-cutting issues or when the activity needs to be co-implemented. As a solution, this model is guiding the AFI member states to adopt terms of reference for the body that provide high-level coordination for strategy life cycle. Second is the communication challenges among implementing institutions and other stakeholders, including general public, on the progress of the strategy. This model provides solution to this by guiding AFI members to develop a communication strategy from the beginning to provide transparency. Third is inadequate institutional capacity. During the implementation of the strategy, it was noted that several institutions had limited resources, both human and financial, for them to achieve their objective on time. This policy model is guiding that all relevant coordination structure are to ensure that appropriate staff and resources to execute their functions. Fourth is gender representation in the governing coordination structure for the strategy. This policy model is guiding that gender diversity should be a cross-cutting issue to ensure that gender-related issues are considered at all the time, at every stage, so that nobody is left behind. Again, we appreciate your continued effort to make financial inclusion